Hey, what's good, everybody? It's not Saturday morning. It is not the Heat Check Live. This is the Chase Down. This is my show, but we just did a show with FBI Basketball International. So Skiddy and I are fresh off the Trade Talk show with Kingy, and he's hopping in. How you doing, man?
Oh man, thank you very much for having me on the Chase Down. This is I think it might be my debut, or it might be my second go around.
I've kept you in the you're a rookie Chase Down person, but you're a very you're a LeBron veteran of Heat Check.
I very much appreciate that, mate. But yeah, as you did say, we did just have a show over on FBI Basketball with Adam King, which is huge. So love that. So now I'm happy to get stuck into the games for today with you, and to look forward to what's going on tomorrow. So, and we've got a lot to talk about, don't we? Big day.
Big day, 10-game day. Look at streams for the weekend ahead. And we also have two big special announcements that are going to not be right now. I'm not going to even give you one of them right now, because they're both going to come up to you after this.
Welcome to the Ultimate Super Coach and Fantasy Sports Show. You are now listening to the Insight Fantasy Sports Podcast.
And I don't know why, but if my voice sounds different, it's because I apparently changed my microphone input for this one. Anyway, announcement number one for this one, and I've got to say straight off the bat, this is absolutely hot, and I think it is one of the biggest ones for the weekend. Hot. Now, I'm not very good. Actually, no, that's a lie. I'm very good at doing math, Skiddy, but on Saturday morning, I'm going to let you announce it, because I know that when I first said, hey, we've got Alex Reclean jumping on, you're like, oh, God, we've got Alex Reclean jumping on. And then you asked another person, I said, just I'll ask. We'll get him on. Do you want to tell who it is?
Mate, we have got the big fella himself from Yahoo Fantasy Sports, none other than the big Dan Titus, joining us on Saturday morning for the Heat Check, going live. That's 8 a.m. here in Australian Eastern Standard Time in Australia. Do your conversions. I'm not doing it for you. I don't know how to do that crap, but it's sometime.
I think it's like 9 a.m. It's going to be about like 10 a.m. over in LA. If you're in New York, it's going to be.
Is it?
It's going to be. Yeah, it is, because it's like 6 a.m. almost in New York right now, and you got to add 9 hours to it. So it's going to be like midday 1 p.m. if you're in New York, and it's going to be 3 hours behind, like 9 a.m., 8 a.m. ish over in LA time. And if you're in the UK or Europe, it's going to be like 11 p.m. But there's a second guest now, because we just finished the pod with him, and we said we were doing one with Dan. He's like, I love Dan. And it's Adam King from FBI Basketball International. So it's going to be a massive four-way. And that sounds really dirty, and it could be, but we don't know how filthy it's going to be until Saturday morning. So we're going to be on their Heat Check Live, 4 guests, just talking basketball and good times, because let's be honest, week 15 is an interesting one. We just finished a 10-game slate. Thursday is 10. Thursday is 4, Friday is 10, and Saturday we're going to be talking is only about 6 games. So we've got some good blokes in for 6 games. So let's start off by having a bit of a rewind over today's NBA action. Look, let's start off. I should start off with the Bulls getting the win over the Hornets. I'm regretting my Kobe White trade, but at the same time, I'm not regretting my Kobe White trade. I just traded Kobe. I love Kobe. I know Zach's going to come back at a time, but I just traded Colin Sexton. I just traded to get Colin Sexton and Scotty Barnes.
Wait, for Kobe White and who?
Have a look in our league.
Oh, man, I can't be bothered looking at that.
I just traded for Scotty Barnes. I traded away. I can't remember who the other piece was, but my big thing with that was I was really looking for. I can't remember who it was. I just wanted to
getting Scotty Barnes is elite either way, mate. Like that's.
I wanted to get it because I wanted
a lot of categories.
I wanted to make the big horse proud of me. I did. I wanted to make Mick Dell proud, so I got Scotty Barnes, and it was for Franz Wagner.
Oh, okay.
And Kobe White for Scotty Barnes and Colin Sexton. Ooh, so I think I did okay.
Yeah, I think you did too. I think Scotty's the best player out of that trade.
Of
Franz is pretty close. But Scotty does give you an upper edge in every single category, pretty much. He's the fact that he's able to shoot threes now has just really expanded his game and opened everything up for him. So I don't mind it, even though Kobe White's coming off a 35, 7 and 9 game, and you kind of look at it and go, shit. But
it's actually deserves one of these. It deserves one of these. It really does. And look, let's talk about that. They did get the win. Let's just finish off the Bulls talk. 117 to 110. It was a good return to form for Alex Caruso, but I cannot stress enough right now that Ayo Dosunmu is the current GOAT of streaming wise everywhere. Ayo Dosunmu is underrated in a lot of category leagues right now. If you do not currently own Ayo Dosunmu, I managed to pick him up as a stream option because of the back-to-back game. He has done me absolute wonders. So Ayo Dosunmu in this current lineup, while Zach LaVine is out, mate, he is the go.
Yeah, he's definitely an absolute great stream target along with Caruso. Caruso is obviously a bit more blocks, and then Dosunmu's doing a bit
one
more
block.
steals,
he has the longest current block. He has the longest current block over games in the NBA. It's amazing,
isn't it? He's flying.
It's huge,
and they're pretty much doing the exact same thing, just alternating steals and blocks. And at this time, they're absolutely worth a stream or an ad or a very, very light hold. But I would be surprised if they were the worst player on your team at this current state.
100%.
Second worst, but not worse, surely. Unless you're doing some really good pickups.
Look, an Ayo Dosunmu today is going up 12%. People are starting to catch on right now, which is what you want to pay attention to. So when guys like that start to pick up, you want to be like, oh, okay, let's have a look at that one. So Ayo Dosunmu, who's gone up 12%, which is one of the biggest trend swings in Yahoo leagues, which is what we do here in the Chase Down. And they've got a good schedule coming up as well. So you want to have a look at that one. And over the past, if I go the past week, and I look at the projections over the past week in Chicago, Ayo Dosunmu has been the 38th ranked player in fantasy basketball, and he is available in 71% of leagues, and he is starting for the Chicago Bulls. So you absolutely want to get on that one. For the Charlotte Hornets, I think the big thing here is Nick Richards, not 25 minutes tonight, not getting a lot. Miles Bridges continues to absolutely cook and set the fucking world on fire. Now, we've got a couple of guys to come back, but while Gordon Hayward and LaMelo's out, you're just loving what he's doing, aren't you, Skiddy?
Oh, mate, Bridges has just been fantastic. As we've always said, with LaMelo, he's still good, but without LaMelo, he's really showing that he can expand some assists. The 3 blocks are really, really nice. The 15 rebounds are unreal. I've also been super impressed with the fact that PJ Washington is now an absolute must pick up at the moment.
Roster.
He's been playing out of his mind. And they're giving him a bit more of a run at the center position alongside with Bridges. And then that's why Richards is his time's been down on the court. And PJ's been filling it up. He had a 43 a couple of games ago. Now he goes for 26.
He was so added on Yahoo leagues after that 43-point game. He went up, I think, like 20-something% in the course of a day because they had a really favorable schedule with the 27th, 29th, and 31st. Of games. I know that you own him in one of our leagues, but he's gone up another 5% on the back of today already to be 68%. So he is just now very fringy. But this is the curious thing. Brandon Miller. We were talking about this in the other pod before. Brandon Miller is kind of really, really cheeky good. And he's just gone up now. Brandon Miller has just hit 70% to hit that you can't get him threshold. So for me, at 70%, you can't get him. If you're in a 10-man league, if he's there, you should probably be looking at him right about now. But he's been very, very good. And yet the
getting
Bulls
a lot of shots, but that's all right. Getting a lot of shots, getting some points, field goal percentage. We're not expecting field goal percentage out of a rookie. So let's just remember that. I know he doesn't get a shitload of any other stats, really, but sometimes, it's a time that you just have a crack on him, and we'll just see where it goes.
Brandon Miller or rookie first team for me right now. If there was any kind of betting odds in Vegas or wherever you could get, I would actually be putting Brandon Miller on my all rookie first team at this point. I think he has played that well to earn himself a nomination. If you think about it, you got Chet and you pretty much got Chet and Wemby as your front court locks. So who are your?
They don't do. Remember, they don't do positionalists in.
But I'm just saying. But that's. I know, but let's just say those are the two guys who we know are going to make the team. And we know they're going to generally be the consensus. So Jaquez, but is Pod?
I know
do you take Pod or Miller? Pod or Miller?
Yeah.
Pod or Miller?
You're right. I mean, Miller's been a lot better now. He had a pretty slow start, and now Jaquez had a good start, but now he's slowing down. Pajemski's not really showing it as much anymore. Scoot's been injured. So, I agree. Yep, Brandon Miller first team currently.
I think he could probably get a first team nod and absolutely do it. He's going to probably cook in the Rising Stars Challenge. Let's get to your favorite team in the world. He was. Yep. Cleveland Cavaliers, they get the win over the hapless Detroit Pistons. Good news. No, it's not just. It's just getting used to Darius Garland being back is the biggest news out of this game. But that didn't give a shit. In 20 minutes, 35 minutes for one. Don Mitchell, the man is fantastic. And he can hit his free throws this week. Lucky for me.
Oh, fantastic, isn't it? Yeah, watch this game. And in all honesty, Cleveland were very, very lucky to come away with the win here with some terrific stops at the end. Detroit really looked like they were in prime position to take this game. Danilo Gallinari was fantastic, as well as Alex Burks really hit some massive shots down the end and was really finding his teammates out well. They just kind of had a bit of a lapse at the end. So I thought Gallinari is not a pickup, even though he scored 20. I know a lot of people do like to see 20 and they go, ooh, do we add? You do not add Danilo Gallinari. No.
Points of the sexy girl at the party. They get you lured in every single time, but you just got to get to know them. And then you realize you're not into the same kind of music and they like the things that you don't like and you don't want to take them home anymore. That's what points are. They're iffy at best. We don't want to take them home.
Agreed. I thought Spider was absolutely phenomenal in this game. He had 45, 6, 8, 2,
I didn't say that Evan Mobley is back. Are you excited? Your two big studs are back?
Mate, I'm so excited to see Mobley back. He looks, obviously he's on a minutes limit at the moment, but he is looking bloody good. I thought Strus was horrendous in this game, but I thought Isaac Okoro was unbelievable. His defense was... it sometimes doesn't show up on fantasy. Yep. Yeah, today it did. That's the thing. Normally, sometimes it doesn't show up on the stats. Today it did. He was phenomenal. He's always good on defense, and he was knocking down his threes. 14 points with 75%, and that was with 2 threes. So he was good. So another hard-fought win for the Cavs. They've got tomorrow as well.
And they've now crept up to 29 and 16, 17 and 8
and 5. East, baby.
You know, the Cavs are on a bit of a roll right now. We love to see that from them. The one thing I want to shout out to is Jaden Ivey. And I know it doesn't show up on these ones because we did speak about guys like Cade Cunningham. We wanted him in the second round. Bogdan Bogdanovic has come back. Jalen Duren has come back and can probably monster like Jalen Duren is the new Andre Drummond. Really good at rebounding in the city of Detroit. Danilo Gallinari gets 23 minutes after coming to this team. Everyone's like, oh, do I pick him up? Asar Thompson, not doing much. But it's guys like Alec Burks who are getting the 23 minutes, and it's the other starter, Jaden Ivey, in the point guard spot. And I use the word point guard very loosely because Killian Hayes did not play. But in 29 minutes, he was 5 from 7 from the field, 2 from 3 from 3, 2 from 3 from the line, and he can shoot his free throws. Now, he didn't rebound much, but the 4 assists, the 2 steals, the 1 block was nice, and the 14 points was nice for Jaden Ivey. When the Pistons have a back-to-back, and if Jaden Ivey is available in your league, and he is available in a lot of leagues, he has now been dropped again a further 3% in Yahoo to be available in 62% of leagues. He is worth a stream, especially in back-to-backs this time, and he can cook you on percentages sometimes, but the guy has a place. And I just like to think
I agree with you. I actually have Ivy in 2 leagues. I'm keeping a hold of him just because he can fill it up in a few cats. But I'm not touching anyone else for the Pistons like Gallinari, Burks. You know, you can stream these guys for points and threes if you want, but it's going to be very, very up and down ride.
This is exactly what I thought happened today in the NBA. I thought at one point today, this is going to be happen. And then all of a sudden the Washington Wizards decided to say this.
Like my wife always says, not tonight.
You do. And it's not tonight. It is not that you take the Los Angeles Clippers to within 2 points at the end of the first quarter. No. No, don't do that. Don't put them within 6 at the half. Don't flirt with us. Don't be like, don't go past the point of having a couple of wines and be like, do you want to move on to the Negronis after halftime? It's spanked 40-19 in the third quarter and then 19-30 in the fourth. I can't believe that the Clippers only scored 19 points. They must have been like, who fucking cares? We're going to win this game anyway.
No, they took everyone out. Yeah, they took everyone out.
They just said, you know what? Let's just let Brandon Boston Jr. Let's let, I don't know, who's our G League guy who's sitting on the bench tonight? Let's just put him in the game. There's literally was like the Washington Wizards gave up the ghost. Now, congratulations to Kyle Kuzma for having a career best year. He needs to be on a better team at this point. I always wonder what if he and Caruso were still a Laker at this point, but they just emptied their bench. Kwame, I call him the incarnation of Kwame Brown. I know that Kobe Brown is not. I know that Kobe Brown isn't, but I see K Brown on every stat, and I think Kwame Brown every single time I see it. They emptied the bench out. Good on Russell Westbrook for getting some minutes. I think we can't really dig into this apart from the fact that Norm Powell continues to be I probably think the strongest streaming option for the Clippers and for the Wizards, they suck. And Tyus Jones is disappointing us this year. But Koulibaly getting the start was nice for the 19 points.
Yes. I was very impressed that the Wizards did decide to go Koulibaly with Poole out. I thought they were going to go with like Kispert or Delon Wright, but they went, no, we're actually going to bring Koulibaly in for the start, and he repaid. He played very, very well. I feel like this with Wes Unseld leaving Washington to go into the head coaching, the head office role, I feel like Abdi is starting to be a little bit phased out, and they're not relying on him as much. His minutes are down since the coaching change has happened. He still had an all right game of 13, 5, 3, 1, 1, but he just didn't get as many touches. The minutes are down. It's a real watch this space. I've had Denny, and I'm starting to be a bit like, I'm a little bit worried that he may be coming a drop shortly.
Yeah, and you know who's not a drop right now? Keegan Murray today after our next game, getting the. I mean, they did get a lot with the Kings because you know what, people have been like, "What's happening with Keegan Murray? He's been down. Herter's on the climb back up. What's going on?" Harrison Barnes is flying. Harrison Barnes has been getting blocked per game. Not anymore. Not any bloody more. The Heat beating them 115-106. I'm going to say this: the Heat are a very cheeky contender. Because I don't know what it is about the Heat. They just always put it together when it counts. I think they're going to put some hurt in the Eastern Conference come playoff time because we know that they can. And I think they're a better team this year than they were last year. And they went to the finals last year. And I think, how are they worse? Tell me, how are they worse? They've got a healthy Tyler Hero.
They lost Max Strus and they lost Gabe Vincent, 2 key rotation players.
Yeah, but they picked up Terry Rozier. And that's key. And I don't think they're done necessarily yet. And I think Haskes, I think the homie is doing very well. I think he is like the steal for them of the year. I think he's got the great Heat mentality. They got a huge win. And I'm going to give a shout out to Matt Malley on if you haven't listened to it yet, go and get our show from Tuesday. Go and check out the pickup because this is it. Sell. Nothing gets sexier than this for Jimmy Butler. 10 from 14 from the field, 9 from 12 from the free throw line, 6 assists, 7 rebounds, a steal for 31 points. Like, we don't know what's going to happen, but if you can get a similar first round or second round guy back who's dependable right now for Jimmy Butler, you want to do that. A huge triple-double right now for Domantas Sabonis. Just probably maybe vicariously, could we do this?
Buy more. Sound fair enough?
Could you do that for Aaron Fox right now, who hasn't been exactly good? This is where he kind of falters a little bit coming towards the All-Star break. Then he picks up. Could you kind of buy low on Aaron Fox right now, you think, Skiddy?
Oh, 100%, mate. The thing is, Fox's the amount of three-pointers that he's taking is up this year, and he's actually been hitting them at a pretty high rate as well for someone that has been not the best three-point shooter in his career. And it's been down in the last couple of games, and that's what's really been hurting him. yeah, I think it's a great time to buy, give him that break over the All-Star break, and he'll be back up. He obviously uses so much energy and so much effort because he's so fast and how much intensity he plays with each game. So, yeah, I absolutely agree that Fox is a real buy low at the moment. But after All-Star break, I'm expecting him to bump back up. Keegan's been fantastic. Been really good.
They've been great.
Barnes back in shit again. So, and
Herter getting a start today. I like Kevin Herter. So I mean, Sabonis is elite, but no one's going to go out there.
Why were they starting Duarte? Why were they starting Duarte? Pacers didn't even want to start Duarte. He was DMP'd in Indiana, and they are known for playing so many players because they play at such a high pace and they play so many players each game. And they went, no, we actually don't want this guy on the court, and we'll just give you him. We don't want him. And then Kings went, you know what? He's better than one of the best three-point shooters on our team. Yeah, let's start him. Dumb as all shit. But that's all right. That's what they did. But now they've rectified their mistake and Herter's back in there. They still get the loss.
And he was out of it. And he was kind of like flirting being out of the rotation. They didn't have a lot of like love in him right now. But look, when he's cooking this much, getting 39 minutes tonight, they don't even have to roll out Malik Monk. They don't want to roll out Malik Monk when they're losing as well. But this is the thing with these guys. So it is what it is at the end of the day. Good on them. But again, the Kings, they falter, but still looking good. And the Heat looking better right now and starting to roll into what we know from the zombie Heat. They can just rise from the dead at any moment in time and end up taking to the lead. Jonas Valanciunas is still very, very good. And Jonas is also one of the guys who is available on a lot of waiver wires every now and then. And this is the thing I want to pull about Jonas Valanciunas. I know that in one of the Insight leagues in the B League, he was dropped and then added towards this game. And he's a guy who is 88% rostered. But in shallow leagues where you have a 10-man team, this is a guy who that 12% of availability is open. So when Zion is out and the opportunity presents, this is what Jonas Valanciunas is capable of. A huge line from him, Skiddy, tonight. Shout out to Trey Murphy. This is him look, let's be honest. There were guys out here. Dyson Daniels got the start. Trey Murphy got the start. But they still got the win over the Houston Rockets. And I know that your misso loves the Rockets. Sad much today? Yes? No?
Well, Jalen Green played pretty well, and he's getting back to unbelievable form, actually career best form.
5 stocks. He got 5 stocks today, Jalen Green.
Yeah, well, that's her favorite player. So she was still pretty happy that. Yeah, she loves Jalen Green with Alperen Şengün as a close second, but yeah, she loves seeing him play well. So that's all right. I agree. Valanciunas is one. Mate, I can't believe we're saying this now because of how good Valanciunas can be. But when Zion plays, it's just not worth it in my eyes. He gets 22 minutes because Zion can also play big. But when Zion's out, this is when you roll JV. He can bring in massive games like this, but he just hasn't it's like, yeah, you can still keep him going, but shit, he's getting close when Zion plays to being a drop. It's in 12 teams, it's very, very tight.
100%. And this is where you can pick him up in these games. So you'll keep your eye on the waiver wire. You see it. Herb Jones is out. Oh, I'll pick up Trey Murphy. You know what I mean? So this is where Jordan Hawkins is out. You know, CJ McCollum plays 36 minutes. They got the win. Look, nothing more to report here that off the bench for these guys. Cam Whitmore still continues to shine and get minutes, but really specialized in points right now. So if you need some points, it's Cam Whitmore 100%. You're not getting much else. You're not getting much other juice from the Houston Rockets right now, especially in a rotation minute. The Mavericks lose ridiculously.
Not surprisingly. Yeah,
not surprisingly. You've got Kyrie out. You've got Luka out. You're rolling out the lineup of, oh my God, this is their team today. Jaden Hardy, Josh Green, Tim Hardaway Jr., Rashawn Holmes next to Grant Williams. They didn't have Derek Lively. They didn't have their cores. They got absolutely spanked 6 ways to sideways. But this is the funny thing. I actually thought the Mavs were going to put up a fight until halftime and decided they got a phone call from the Washington Wizards who decided to be like, hey, guess what? Not tonight. Indeed.
Like my wife always says, not tonight.
Not a problem. And we won't play after halftime. They went down 87 to 20, 121, and a 37-8-point fourth quarter for the Timberwolves. I don't know what we can glean from this match, apart from the fact that we can look at probably more dig into the Timberwolves in a blowout loss. Nasri got more minutes. That happens. Jordan McLaughlin got more minutes. Nickeil Alexander-Walker got his usual. Mate, nothing really to take away from here apart from Karl Anthony Towns. He's pretty bloody good this year.
Yep, no, couldn't agree. I think there's absolutely nothing in this one. I've been saying it for so long. The Mavericks are so shit at compiling a roster around one of the best players that we've seen in the NBA at the moment. Luke is a generational talent, unbelievable. And the Mavericks have just decided to continue to build absolute dog shit around him. And I think everyone can see that besides them. Nothing to take away. Karl Anthony Towns played well. And that's okay. But, they didn't need him to do shit. It was an absolute whitewash. So, and I'm done talking about Mavericks are not even an NBA team to me when they don't have Luka playing. They're shit house.
Kyrie playing, or Derek Lively playing, or Dante Exum playing, or basically they're starting 5 playing. Tim Hardaway Jr. is the only guy there that pretty much warrants that. No disrespect to the rest of the team. They're all NBA players, but they're not full-time starting 5. Josh Green and Jaden Hardy could probably get some minutes there and be dependable in the right environment. Not in this one. And in this one, when they do get the lead, they don't show up. In the immortal words of the Foo Fighters, one Dave Grohl, on, and we're on to the next one. Done, I'm done, and I'm on to the next. And that is the Orlando Magic 108 over the San Antonio Spurs 98. Again, the San Antonio Spurs 10-38 versus the 25-23 surging Orlando Magic, who are going to create, I think, a little bit of trouble. I want to throw it back some years into when, who was it? I've got to remember, they ended up as a Laker, and they were, I think it was versus Toronto, and the year that the Raptors won the championship, and they went up against the Magic in the first round of the playoffs, and who was the player I'm thinking of? Who they won the first game, and he was, DJ Augustine. DJ bloody Augustine. It was like, I knew we had it in there. They came out, and the Magic beat the Raptors. They're like, I knew we had it in us. We're going to do this. We're going to take them to the limit. And they got swept, I think, in the next 4 games. But the Orlando Magic can upset some guys over there in the East. I think that they're good. Mm-hmm. The big draw away for me is Markelle Fultz is currently rostered in 51% of Yahoo leagues. He is up 2% in the last day based on his last couple performances with his injury management. He was a guy we had upside for this year, Skiddy. It's probably time to keep your eyes on him. If you're in a 14-team man league, you pick him up. If you're in a 16-team man league, you're stupid if you don't. No, you're not stupid, but your fantasy basketball acumen will definitely be questioned by your friends and family at Christmas time. In a 12-man league, are you flirting with the idea at this point?
Yeah, mate. Yeah, no, I'm absolutely flirting with him. I think I'm feeling a little bit more secure with Fultz than Suggs, just because I've seen Fultz do it next to Suggs, and Suggs seems to just diminish a little bit next to Fultz. And Fultz now 30 minutes. I'm really liking that. His steals are fantastic. He can still get some great assists, some rebounds, some points. I still like what Fultz can provide. I thought Paolo was fantastic in this game. Also, too, I'm keeping my eye. I'm nowhere near yet. He got the start. The minutes are still iffy. He's still recovering from however many knee injuries. But Jonathan Isaac, I thought when he was on the floor, the Magic 100%. Looked like such a better team when he plays.
4 blocks today from Jonathan Isaac, 18 minutes. Like, you want to see it.
I'm pretty sure he got all 4 of them in the space of about 5-6 minutes or something like that. It was outrageous.
Yeah, he was ridiculous.
He was fantastic. And they look so much more confident when they know that he's sitting behind as well. Like it allows
what he must do in training. What he must do in training with this team. They must just be in awe of him, being like, "Can we just roll this motherfucker out there?" Like they just must there is such trust in him as a defender that I think they're just like, it's okay. Jonathan's back there. We're good. Like he could swap 100%. My son's first birthday balloons out of the room at this point. Like the guy can just like come from anywhere and just be like done. Like the man is incredible.
Yeah, but also let's talk about incredible. The Spurs, Victor Wembanyama again, just doing what Victor does. 21, 8, 3, 2, and 5. Yep, 30 minutes. We love to see it. Sohan back. I have Sohan. I picked up Sohan again. People are dropping him. It's just going to be a ride. People, we got it. But what he's able to provide now that he's back at the power forward position in where he should be, not a point guard, but a power forward, is what.
And it's crazy, Skiddy, you say that. He's down 4% on the back of his performance from the other day. So this is where you swoop in.
Oh, yeah, because the other day he did go 1 of 7 and he was shit.
He went 1 of 7 and he was shithouse. And this is where you swoop because he went down 4% to 55% rostered. But you look at the man's body of work, and this is what he'll do to you because the 2 games that he's sucked in, the man just doesn't have to take 7 shots in a game because the last 2 times he's taken 7 shots, he's only hit fucking 1 of them.
Yeah.
I kid you not. His last game where he sucked was when he only shot 7 times. But the peripherals have been there around the place. The turnovers today were the highest that he's had in quite a number of games. In fact, I think in these last 20, the highest amount of turnovers. But he's gone down 4%. We keep our eyes. We're definitely looking in, especially on back-to-backs for the Spurs, to get in Jeremy Sohan. Now, Trey Jones has been a great revelation in the spot, and I like his playmaking and judgment calling. The 3 steals are good. The high field goal percentage for the most of the time. 2 from 5 today, not great. I like it when he's more aggressive. Like it's a bit of a hit and miss with him, but I really like it. Vassell's been great. Brennan's been great today. Like again, like getting some minutes off the bench. Like there's some stream targets around the place. Keldon Johnson has been the one who didn't play today, who's been getting some love. So disappointment for all those who tried to stream in some Keldon minutes for them, I guess you could say. But he's been also good. Vassell continues to be absolutely incredible. This was my game of the day, though. I had this one penciled in. The Thunder. A massive win. Give us that. This is
You have reached your destination. Barbecue chicken alert. Barbecue chicken alert.
Now, it's Jokic sat, but this is the game that you want to see the rest of the team do well. Now, Michael Porter Jr., it was very interesting to see him play some pseudo small ball center. And I was really curious when they came out of the blocks and they were up in the first quarter. I saw at the end of it, they were 28-19 at the end of the first. And I was like, they fucking going to just spank them 6 ways to Sunday? Is Jamal Murray going to just kill everyone? But there was nothing. This is crazy to say that in a time in the NBA, Skiddy. Like, tell me in 2 sentences, Skiddy, what's your report on NBA scoring in the past week?
Oh, mate, it's been actually, we've had a lot of up and downs, in all honesty. Like, at the start of the year, we haven't seen any team score under 100, and now we're starting to see teams score in the 80s and stuff. It's outrageous, but it's so up and down. I thought this was a fantastic game as well, by the way, G, all the way down to the wire until Chet hit that massive game sealer. But, mate, I was so impressed with Aaron Gordon. He was making he had 16, 13, 7, 1, and 4 blocks, right?
He
could have easily had a
triple-double. He could have had a triple-double.
Easily. But the amount of shots that Porter missed off of absolute dimes by AG and also KCP, which is very unlike them. But he could have easily had a triple-double. He could have had easily 12 assists.
KCP, 3 from 9, I think, is more egregious than Michael Porter Jr. being. Like, they're both 3 from 9 from deep today, to be fair. But they were shooting as a team 40% from threes. They were open shots.
These were open shots. And
that's okay. Don't need to remind me. I own KCP and Porter Jr. in the same league where 3-point percentage is a thing. And that kills me.
Yeah, that hurts.
It breaks my soul.
Well, I have Aaron Gordon, so I was pretty happy with that, in fairness. So it's just good to see that the Jokic flame can still work even when Jokic doesn't play, because Gordon put up a pretty close near Jokic line, in fairness to him.
100%.
I thought SGA was pretty bloody good again today. He wasn't as SGA as normal in the first, but then after that first quarter, he just went, nah, screw this. I'm taking back over. And he just went, I'm doing what I got to do to win this game. He had 34, 7, 5, 1, and 2. Just an absolute Shea game. He shot 12
is
13
Skiddy good?
The line.
Is good. Is Skiddy, is something going? Look, I've just got to ask, like, at this point now, when him and Dort go 2 from 11 and 3 from 11, I love the 9 rebounds for me for Gids today was fantastic. He was the OKC team leader in rebounds last season. The 5 assists, great. The block from Giddey, fantastic. Like him in Olympic competition. The hesitancy from 3 continues, only taking 2 attempts, being 0 from 2 there. Shea, this is not a solid 3-point shooting team. 11 from 26, great. But like the percentages might be there, but the Nuggets are taking 37 a game. I just want to see them surrounded by some more shooting at some point in time. I did like the Kenrich Williams I loved Kenrich Williams instead of Jalen Williams today. And I think that's the big thing for me is I really love seeing that Kenrich Williams got the start today and played in that role.
I just think that the Thunder having their two best 3-point shooters out really impacted how they were actually playing the game. And Shea was trying to get everyone else a bit more involved early. And then he went, nah, that's what I'm doing Shea shit now. But without J-Dub and without Isaiah Joe, one of the best 3-point shooters in the league, they really went away from the actual 3-point shooting. So
I'd love to see Chet Holmgren also as well, because he's so big, just get closer to the rim a little bit and get some more. I'd love to see his free throw attempts go up and his free throw percentage go up too, Skiddy.
Yep, I agree with that, mate. But again, let's be honest here. He was playing against Aaron Gordon. He's got a good, I think Aaron Gordon's 6'9" and he's 7'2". Yep. So you would expect that he's going to get a couple easier shots against someone that's a bit shorter than him.
Agreed. Next big going into the game, the Phoenix Suns getting the win over the Brooklyn Nets. A good kind of a little bit of a, won't say revenge game because that term can be used kind of loosely, but let's just say a very fun what-if game with Cam Johnson and Mikal Bridges playing on their home court in front of, obviously, the guy who they sent away in Kevin Durant. A huge game for Kevin Durant, just reminding everyone over in Brooklyn, hi, I'm very good at basketball, and my name is Kevin. 33 points, 8 assists, 5 rebounds, 2 blocks from him, 10 from 16, and 11 from 12. He was elite. He was, without a doubt, the best Sun today, but nothing can be said badly about the rest of the starting unit because guys like Nurkic with 11 from 15 from the field, huge for 28 points. 11 rebounds, 6 assists, 2 blocks, and a steal after a stinker last one, Skiddy.
Yep. No, I loved it. And I love how Nurk unlocks the Phoenix offense so well because they can play him and his ability to pass, to play in that high post is just fantastic. It's something that's fresh for Phoenix without, DeAndre Ayton, who would just shoot it at will and didn't want to pass and hated rebounding. And Nurkic does all those little things, the gritty shit that needs to be done. And he does that. I thought Bill was pretty poor today. I know he only took 8 shots, but I felt like his positioning was just a bit like, what's he doing for a while there? It was like he was
a little bit lost out there.
Yeah, it was like he was taking the Grayson Allen role for half the game. And you're like, why is he just standing in the corner? Why don't they give it to him? But also, too, KD was cooking and Book cooked at the end of the game. Another good game for Book. So, and
we do, on that, because you didn't mention Grayson Allen, with him out, the absolute must roster guy becomes Eric Gordon. Eric Gordon becomes the default must roster guy. He's picked up the slack of Grayson Allen. That's the role that Grayson Allen has been excelling in. And so until further notice and Grayson Allen returns, Eric Gordon will get you the top 7. I'm not going to lie. I think he's a top 75, top 80 guy because it's literally just like, who are we going to play in that exact role to do the exact same job? Oh, Eric Gordon? Oh, he's pretty bloody good at that. Let's let Eric do it.
Let's just also remember that Grayson Allen is currently the best 3-point shooter in the NBA percentage-wise. He's almost shooting 50%. Gordon is not that, but he is definitely the pickup in that way. I am going to go straight into Brooklyn here, and I am going to talk about the anomaly. No, do not pick up Lonnie Walker. I know he had 19, 3, 7, and 4 steals. This 4 steals for Lonnie Walker is like seeing the fucking solar eclipse. This shit doesn't happen.
You can't look at it. You can't look at that. You can't. I can't look at the stat sheet directly in the eyes because I'll go blind.
Pick up Lonnie Walker. Simmons was out. Yes, I know he can score okay from time to time, but 7 assists, 4 steals. That is unbelievable for Lonnie Walker. If you picked him up today, congratulations. Stream him, get rid of him whenever you can because that was outrageous.
And the real MVP of today is Bleacher Report. Thank you, Bleacher Report, for posting the most fantastic photo. We just had a picture of Ben Simmons in his uniform that he played in 2 days ago with the words "out."
Yeah,
and I just saw that. I was like, "Oh Jesus,
mate, out!" Surprise, surprise. Out. But a knee now. Oh, who would have? Okay.
It flared up after he showed the most agility that I have seen in the man. I don't think I've seen Ben Simmons play that way in 3 or 4 years.
Hey,
great game the other day from Simo.
Game by him. Yeah,
that pick, that steal that he got off the, I don't know, I can't remember whose hands it was in. The one where he tipped it up near the 3-point line, and it just landed over after half the way, and he picked it up on the gather, and he went up, flush. I was like, oh Jesus, don't land wrong. Don't land wrong, Ben. Don't jump. Don't jump. Maybe just land up. Just stand there.
You know when. I forgot who threw the alley to him, but they threw an alley to him and it wasn't on point, and he had to like lean back and he caught it, and then he took a midi, and then he banked it off the backboard and it went in, and I just went, "That's he's out for another 3 months now. His back's fucked." Like
he's back in 2020. He's back in the 24-25 season at this point. Like that's just done. But to hear it was an issue.
Cam Thomas again. Look, we got to give credit where credit's due. I picked him up at the start of the year when he had after that first game, and I thought, he can have some points off of the bench, and he can do well. Since he's been in the starting lineup, though, his assists have increased and his defensive stats have increased. 4 assists today and another 2 steals, which is fantastic to see from Cam Thomas. He's staying on my team, and I think he's just the points are always there. But we needed to see the extra stats coming in. And the fact that he's actually able to generate those, that's a big tick for me.
And again, he went up 4% in the last day or two on the back of his points and the fact that Ben Simmons was out. Look, if you look at the guy's last 3-4 games, you would think that he'd be like, there'd be almost 100% rostering when you see 37-3-3 in 1, 25-7-0 1, 1 block as well, 25. He's also increasing his amount of 3-point attempts that he's getting. He's an excellent. The thing with Cam Thomas is his field goal percentage lately has been absolutely incredible for Cam Thomas.
Yep.
So if you're in a points league, this is a guy you want to be 100% owning. In a rotisserie league, like in a roto league, or in a cat league, like this is a guy you bring in because right now he's over our ability to say pick him up right now. He's the great waiver stream. Because you can't waiver stream when he's at that high. Like when you're at 78% owned, he's gone up 4%. He was at 74. But this has increased over the past few games. But when he goes back down again, or there's that lull and he's not getting the minutes, just keep your eye on when he's dropped. Because when they start tanking or anything at the end of the season, he might get more of a burn. And so we just keep our eyes on that for him. The last game of the day was the Milwaukee Bucks going down because they need Doc Rivers so badly. Versus the Portland Trailblazers in what was Damian Lillard's return home to Portland. There were wonderful jerseys sewn in half because of the love they were showing. I love seeing the half Bucks, half Portland Trailblazers jerseys. It was a beautiful, beautiful amalgam of just love and basketball. Malik Beasley, the big note for me is a drop, and you can stream his position right now because he has been woeful the last few weeks for the Bucks. Lillard today, look, 9 from 23. 3 from 13 from deep. He just hasn't had the juice that we love to see from the bloke this season by any way, shape, or form, Skiddy.
Yeah, I 100% agree. It's like, the counting stats still there, which is nice, but the field goals have been hurting, and he's just not been Dame to like this year, and especially today. Like they're down. I think they're down 1 with 17 seconds left or something like that, right? He does the inbound. He gives it to Lopez. Giannis sets him a screen. He gets the ball, and you're like, okay, here we go. We got Dame time here. Dame. This is
Portland.
Dame time.
It's
back
good.
In Portland.
Yep.
This is what happens. They double team him. He passes it to Brook Lopez. Brook Lopez fakes a shot, steps in for a 3, misses it, and then Portland get free throws. Lopez should have passed that straight back to Dame. Dame should have been like, give me the damn ball. I've got Malcolm Brogdon on me. All right. This is Dame time. I'm in Portland. This is cash. And he just kind of went, I'm just going to let Brook shoot the ball. So it is.
And fair enough to Brook Lopez's defense, he had shot 10 threes for the game.
Yep. And look, he's a credible 3-point shooter, but it's Dame time at that time. All right. I thought Middleton
in Portland.
Was really,
it's always
really
Dame time. Middleton was very good.
I thought Middleton was really, really good, and there were spurts of the game where a few of the boys in my group chat, they had Milwaukee. They were the last legs of their multi to be able to win, and they were sitting there going, "Oh God, we're gonna lose it now. We're gonna lose it now."
Cash out.
Middleton was the only person that was keeping the hopes and dreams there alive.
Great game from Anthony Simons. Yeah, 100%. DeAndre Ayton. Even Jeremy Grant was playing well. Brogdon, like the team just seems to be playing well right now. Duop Reef, great game from him off the bench.
Let's just say as well, Scoot, in the limited amount of times that he played, he really showed why he's going to be the next generation there in Portland, because there was some plays where you just looked at him and went, geez, that's a bit of something. So yeah, absolutely. But again, a tough loss for Milwaukee there, but that was that's what you happens when you hire Doc Rivers. I mean, shit, surely the Bucks didn't just sit there and go, Doc, what's he done? He won a title with the Celtics. What was that, 15 years ago? Righto. How would he go with the Clippers? Oh, that was a good Clippers team. Oh, geez. Yeah. Then he went to who did he go to after the Clippers? Was it someone before Philly?
Philly.
No, it was just Philly.
Yeah, Philly.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, you had Harden and Embiid. Oh, that's not bad. They sucked again. And now he's come into Milwaukee and they've lost.
Look, I don't know. I don't know what it is, but they've fallen short in his games. He's not there. I think it's going to take time, but it still must.
Right. That's right. He coached T-Mac at the Magic, and then
the Magic before then. I thought you meant after that. I thought you meant after that. Yeah. Okay.
I was trying to think of the other one. Yeah.
And look, and he's got some great Magic stories. If you listen to like a recount of him and his era when they were trying to get in like Tim Duncan to that Magic team. The parallel universe of that is absolutely huge. But talking about a parallel universe, he might be suffering some L's, but how can you get L's? Let's talk about what is to come and look at a bit of a game preview.
He's heating up.
Just quickly, no pickups at the moment for either Milwaukee or Portland.
Apart from Scoot's around here and there. Scoot's around here and there. But
Scoot's good to hold for the rest of the season. Yes, I agree. But I feel like he's got a fair amount of things.
I've got a cheeky one for you. Shaedon Sharpe. I just picked up Shaedon Sharpe in one league because he has been on the injury report for a while. Apparently back at the end of this week or early next week out with his adductor strain. So if you can pick up Shaedon Sharpe. Yeah. So he could be back. So just keep your eyes on him. He is worth a grab. If he is, I'll have a quick little look, but I'm hearing Sharpie could be, and I know that you are in. I know that
I
you
heard
love
2
a
weeks.
Cheeky one.
So that's why I was like, I heard 2 weeks. That's why I was going to say next week. But
I think he'll be back at maybe the end. He could be potentially back at the end of this week, early next week. Okay. There's not. Okay. It could be next week. They've got a couple more games, but he's trending up. He's made good progress, has been the report. He's going to be ramping up his light on court activities, and he's going to be providing more. So light court can escalate quickly to be like, oh, you want to go play? Cool. You seem to be going in the right direction. Mm-hmm. There you go, Shaedon. So it could move into 2 or 3 games, unlike guys like maybe like the Desmond Bain, who we hear like, oh, but it's a fake injury report. It's whatever. He's not an ad until we actually get like he's the guy who you want to be picking up on the morning that they make the injury report that he's going to be playing the next day, or he participated in practice the next day. Desmond Bain?
Yeah.
He's not even participating in practice right now. So you don't want to pick up Desmond Bain because he's still – it's a good hold, and you could throw him into an IR spot, maybe.
But then it means you're going to – I literally had DG on my IR, and then I dropped someone. I can't remember who it was. Austin Reeves, Reeves in a 10-man tag. Picked up Desi Bain, threw him straight on my IR, and then activated DG.
Yeah, and you can do that if you got to move like that. But still, you've got to hold him, and then you've got to drop your next best player. So with Desmond Bain possibly not even coming back, like you probably want to drop your worst 2 and then lose the last spot possibly as a stream. So with Bain being at least, and it's a big balls play, but in the short term, in a league when you're looking for playoff spots, are you in playoff contention where you've got to use as many streams as possible? You can't clog a spot. So it's a touch and go. And on that, because we did do the game preview, we've got to say this is all brought to you thanks to our good friends at Bonus Bank. 25% off your first month. It is Australia's best side hustle. If you want to make sure that you're get involved with Bonus Bank. They teach you how to make the most of all those like same game parlays offered against the sites, money back, cash back on this site, that site, whatever. Well, how do you do it? How do you get that back? How do you get money in your pocket? Bonus Bank will show you how. And if you use Insight, you get 25% off your first subscription. Back-to-backs for the Thursday to Friday. We're looking at 2 teams here only, Skiddy, before we meet again up for the Heat Check live with Adam King and Dan Titus on Saturday morning. We've got the Pacers and Grizzlies. Who are your Pacers, boys?
Well, it depends. Torres Halliburton is looking like he's going to play tomorrow. But TJ McConnell, Benedict Mathurin, and Big Sticks are all game time decisions. So not fully cemented on them. If Aaron Nesmith is on your wire, that's the man that you want to target. Nesmith's been playing unbelievably. He played so well against Boston the other day. But other than that, Turner is
topping here and there for some forward spots, but
maybe,
that's about it.
I'd be more looking at guard depth, man. Buddy Hield if he's on your wire, but I think it's Nesmith and Hield. If Halliburton plays tomorrow against the Knicks, right?
Yep.
Does he play the back-to-back with the hammy still there? I'm not sure.
And I don't think so. And this is why I think Nembhard, if he's available in your league, is probably the shout. He's been the season one. I love Nembhard. He's 29% rostered in Yahoo leagues, up 4% in the past 24 hours. We love to see that one from him. But the thing is, we can get a lot of juice off the Memphis Grizzlies right now. Santi Aldama, he is a possible stream, 26%, up 8% in the last day. People are getting on it early. You want to get on it now. Gigi Jackson the second is 11% currently rostered. Guys like this that we're looking at from these guys. We're also looking at Scottie Pippen Jr. He has been playing well in the guard spot. Now, he had a shocker. He had a good one. What do you do? Well, you can definitely pick him up with the back-to-backs, Juice. He is only 4% rostered in Yahoo League. Vince Williams isn't going to be available anymore. He's pretty much out of your scene. But this is what you...
Sorry, did you say Vince Williams?
Vince Williams Jr. You can bring him in, bring him out. Oh, he's playing, but people... you can't get him now. People have picked him up by now.
Sorry. I thought you meant he's out of the picture as in like he's not playing anymore. I'm like, no, he's back tomorrow.
Oh no, he's possibly out. Vince is possibly out of your picture of being able to be pick up now in whatever league you're in. He's probably out of that one. I think the only one is like Johnny Concha is on the other shout. And look, to be fair, Vince Williams Jr.
Concha is game time tomorrow.
Game time decision. And that's where we've got to look to that report and see if he's there available at the end of the day. But Xavier Tillman, again, his game time decision here and there, but he's been playing well.
He's currently confirmed.
He's good. There we go. So he's back on in it. He's gone down 1% rostered. He's at 16%. He played 37 minutes in their last game after playing no more than 20 in the 5 games previous to that one. He did sit out one of those games, so you could probably get some juice off those ones for the Grizzlies for the next 48 hours looking into your weekend. And by that time, after you've used these guys up and you've used them and abused them, like that time you did the things in Thailand that you promised your wife you wouldn't speak ever of again, including by that bintang cut off shirt.
There you go.
The bintang shirt at the beach, Bali, wherever you've gone and done your things that we don't want to speak about because again, we don't mention Bali. Skiddy and I'll be seeing you live on Saturday morning for the Heat Check. Take care, everyone. Oh no, wait a second. Hold up. The big news. The biggest news. I feel like I should do a big horse because it's big news. Wait a second. I'll do one of these ones.
Run it. I'll
have a drink. We now have our premium Discord membership. Our unlimited Discord membership is now available for $25 for an entire year. And that covers NRL, AFL, NBL, BBL, NBA. You can personally chat with Skiddy and I, get our personal input, take photos and screenshots, dump it in the chat for your NBA trades and blockbusters. We'll give you that juice. Get on it. Get that now. $25 for an entire year. Yeah. It is available right now. We'll pump it up on Saturday morning. We might even give one away on Saturday morning live for the first person.
You reckon?
Price thing? I don't know. I feel generous.
Yeah, I reckon. I'm feeling generous too. Let's give it. Yeah, we'll give it. We'll do a giveaway for someone that gives.
Even if you and I have to pay $12.50 each. Even if you and I have to pay $12.50 each, we will put it in to get it because it's huge, especially if you love your fantasy.
No
sports.
giveaway then. No giveaway.
You'll give $12 bloody $50. We always throw that away in our multi at the end of the day. Anyway, guys, take care. Be well. This has been Matty G and Skiddy. Follow us, like us, subscribe, do all the things. We'll chat to you soon.